Well, I'm scared. It feels kind of strange to be back here again. I know it's been a while. Oh, my cat is fighting the blanket. Oh, she's fighting herself. What? Are you nervous too? Well, I'm nervous and I'm scared, and that's part of the reason why it's taken me so long to get back here. Because I've been nervous and I've been scared. So I'm just saying it right off the get-go. I'm scared to be here. But welcome back to the bedside table. I'm your host, Ellie Marie. This is episode 40. Did I bring my paper over here? No, I didn't. Hold on. I forgot my notebook because my brain is definitely going to need some direction for this episode. And yeah, will you do something with me? This might seem weird. And also, my chair is right against the wall, so you're going to hear it creaking around, but just fair warning, there's going to be sounds and stuff in my podcast going forward because I'm not sitting on my bed anymore. But yeah, will you join me in doing something just kind of to ease my mind and maybe yours a little? But can we just breathe for a second together? So let's just breathe in together. Just take a nice deep breath. And let it out. Let's do that one more time. Deep breath in. And out. Yeah. And let's just meet each other here. Let's meet each other in the stillness for a moment. And I'm going to sit with my feelings of this fear around being back, expressing myself again, speaking to you, allowing myself to trust that I can be expressive. I was going to say I can be expressed. I can express myself and I can show up how I am right now. I can still do this thing and it can be imperfect and it can be a little weird or awkward, and that's the assumption I'm putting on it, that it's weird or awkward. But it can be me. So I've been doing pretty bad lately. I've not been well, folks. I've not been well. Anybody else heartbroken out there? All my breakup babes. I just recently went through a breakup, and I won't get into the details of everything, but I'm just in a weird place right now with the breakup, after the breakup, and then also just a weird place with myself, just how I'm feeling. Haven't been to work in 2 weeks. I go back to work tomorrow. Surprisingly, you'd think after 2 weeks I'd be ready, but I'm not. I'm not ready. I'm not. Yeah, I've been really struggling. I went through an experience recently where I found myself in a situation where I had to choose sacrifice and letting go. I had to choose to walk away from something to preserve my own peace. And this isn't the first time that I've had to do that. And if this is making sense to you, I'm really getting sick and tired of being in situations that I have to walk away from. I'm really getting tired of having to let go of people that I care about for the sake of protecting myself. Because it's great. It's great that I know what's good for me, and it's great that I've built this inner sense of stability and peace. I'm so grateful for that, and I'm so proud of myself for being able to recognize and know when it's time for me to be here for me, I guess. But she knows I'm emotional. I'm really tired of having to choose strength based off of other people's choices. And I'm just going to be transparent and honest. It just feels like I'm someone who can show up and I'm not perfect, but I'm so self-aware of how my actions affect other people, and especially if you're an important person in my life, I really strive not to hurt the people that I care about. Doesn't mean that I haven't, because I'm a human being and I make mistakes, but it just sometimes feels like people make intentional choices to be hurtful. And I know it's not all about me, and I know um it's not in my control. I can't control the choices that other people make. It would be really nice to be in a situation with someone that doesn't require me to sacrifice to the point that I don't know. I say I don't know. I do know. I do know. I've spent years figuring myself out. I've spent years learning how to be more intentional, learning how to be more mindful about my choices and considerate. And I listen and I observe, not just other people, but I listen and I observe myself. I seek to understand my patterns, and I seek to understand how my behavior affects the people around me, how my behavior hurts the people that I care about. And then I work to change it. And I feel like people are out here just like, well, if they don't accept me for who I am, if they want to change me, then what's real about it? And I don't think people understand. Especially in love and romantic relationships. Love requires you to change and to grow. It's not about changing the entirety of who you are. It's about understanding yourself, like I'm talking about myself. It's about understanding your own patterns, your own behaviors, where they stem from, where the roots are that are causing these issues for you, and then expanding out into your relationships. And the whole, oh, they don't love you if they want to change you. That whole thing going around, it's just, love requires it. If you want something sustainable and you want something lasting, you have to look at the parts of yourself that are hard to look at. You have to understand yourself. So when it comes up, when these patterns and these behaviors show up in a relationship, you are the one who is equipped to handle that. It doesn't get put off on your partner. It doesn't damage the relationship, because a relationship can only take so much damage. You can only poke so many holes in the boat until you sink. And I don't know about you, but if the boat I'm on is sinking, I don't think I'm going to stay on that. Yeah, I'm upset, but I'm also angry. I'm angry because I feel like I'm the kind of person who really, really seeks to understand more than anything myself. so I can be as good of a friend as possible, so I can be as good of a partner as possible. And again, it's not about perfection. You don't have to show up perfect. You will never find a perfect person. You won't. I will never be a perfect person. It doesn't exist. Being perfect doesn't exist. I will always be finding something within myself, learning something, figuring something out, seeking to understand. I will always be exploring and learning and growing and changing for the rest of my life. And that's just the way it is. For me, at least. I won't stay stagnant. I won't keep myself in situations that are hurting me. No matter how much I would like to stay. No matter how much you want something to work out or go a particular way. It doesn't always work like that. Things don't always turn out the way that you want them to. I feel like things rarely often turn out the way we want them to. I'm just frustrated. I'm really frustrated. Because I'm heartbroken again, and it's just like, I'm not unwilling to change. I'm not unwilling to adapt. I'm not unwilling to learn or grow, especially along someone that I believe in, and I believe in myself, and I believe what we were building. I believed in what we were building with my whole heart. I watched a couple videos today about how people don't like to look at the realistic sides of love. They don't like to think about the planning that goes into it, the realistic structure that you have to build around a relationship for it to thrive. A lot of it is just, a lot that goes around is romanticism. It's just, I'll find my soulmate, and the love we have for each other will survive it all. The love we have for each other, we'll be able to figure things out with the love that we share and the connection we have. But the connection doesn't thrive without realistically looking at what's affecting it. You can love someone as much as you want and feel to the bottom of your soul. I don't know if that's a phrase. You can feel it in your bones that this is the person that I want. You can feel it in your bones that this is the person that I want, and this is who I want to spend the rest of my life with. You can feel like it's forever. But what realistically goes into spending the rest of your life with someone? There are so many things you have to consider and think about. And one of those major things that you're going to have to think about for the rest of your life, especially alongside somebody else, is how you are contributing to the relationship in good ways and bad ways. You have to begin to understand your capacity for the inevitable crises that you will experience within your relationship. So if on your own, you're unable to experience discomfort without having an explosive reaction or an impulsive reaction, that shows up in your relationship. Just because you fall in love with someone and you want to be better, it doesn't change your responses that stem from conditioned behavior, that stem from how your childhood was. Maybe people find it boring thinking about love and relationships in a realistic sense, but it isn't. It might be the more boring parts of romanticism because realism isn't necessarily romanticism. These are two different things. I think they can both exist. You can be romantic and loving and have these ideas about how you want your relationship to be. But how you get there is understanding the stability you have to build with somebody. If you can't properly build stability on your own, how do you expect to do that with somebody else? If you can't manage your own emotions that come up during your personal conflicts, how do you expect to do that with somebody else? Something my ex-husband used to say when we were living together. We were in a 2-bedroom apartment at this time, and I would bring up a lot that I need more help domestically. I need more help with taking care of our home. And he said, I'll wait until I get into a home that I actually care about taking care of. I'll wait until we're in an actual home, not an apartment. I'll wait until then, and then I'll take care of things. How do you expect to go from consistently not taking care of your home, which is a pattern of behavior, to then, once you're in a different space, you're suddenly going to be able to care about that? Now your behavior is going to completely change? It realistically does not work like that. We are what we do every day, what we think about every day, how we handle what we think and what we feel on a consistent basis is who we are. You can want all the change in the world until you actually start doing something about it. It doesn't happen until you actually start taking steps towards the change you want to make, the change you want to see in yourself, until you start taking action towards the person you want to become. Nothing is going to change. And the most important part of making these changes is consistency. It's consistency. And it's one of the things that I have struggled with the most. I mean, episode 40 of my podcast that I started, 2 years ago, is coming out now. And it's been, I don't know how long it's been since I've uploaded my last episode, I'll be honest. But consistency is not easy. It's not. And I know that. But yeah, this notion of my partner wants me to change. They should just accept me, flaws and all. No. We're being honest here. We're being honest here, and now I'm in this mode of transparency where I've been honest with you that I've been scared to talk about these things. I've been scared to come back. You can accept someone and love them for who they are and still realistically know that what's required of both of you to sustain something is inevitably going to be change. And why? Why are people so afraid of that? Why are people so afraid to look at somebody who's telling them, especially someone who loves you, someone who genuinely loves you and really cares about you, is going to help you notice these patterns within yourself? But people are stubborn. Myself included. I don't take criticism well. And so if someone's noticing something about me that perhaps I've been afraid to look at, or that I've been avoiding within myself, and someone that I love paints it out to me clear as day, or let's say this is something that I am aware of in myself and I've been struggling with it for a long time, and someone comes to me, someone that loves me, and says, I notice you've been having trouble with this. It kind of hurts a little bit to be seen so clearly, which is funny because I think that's all that we want. We want someone to see us. But just as we're scared or avoidant of the parts of ourselves that we don't necessarily like, the parts of ourselves that we know need a little work or a lot of work, when someone else sees it in us, it's like, oh no, they can notice it too. Real love is going to require you to grow and change. Realistically, not in some romantic or even otherworldly, spiritual, magical, mystical sense. No, it's going to require you to make realistic changes. It's going to require you to take better care of yourself. It's going to require you to compromise. It's going to require you to learn how to communicate. It's going to require you to regulate yourself, regulate your emotions, to be able to expand your capacity to hold on to discomfort in the moments that both of you are uncomfortable. It will ask you to extend outside of yourself sometimes. It will ask you to put your thoughts and your feelings aside, not to ignore them or avoid them, but to carry someone else's thoughts and feelings for a little while, for the conversation, for a moment. You know the saying, when you love someone, you put their thoughts and feelings in front of your own. I think there's truth to that. I don't think it's a permanent thing. I think it's simply just understanding that there will be moments and there will be times throughout the relationship where sometimes someone else needs the space for their thoughts and feelings. Oftentimes, both of you are going to need the space. And you're both going to have to be able to extend outside of yourselves to offer it. And in the moments that you can't always give your partner what they need, that's when your sense of self, your own sense of stability, your own inner strength, your own ability to regulate yourself comes into play. That's why it's so important to take care of yourself before stepping into something with somebody else. Again, we're not asking for perfection. We're not looking for perfection. Because what did I say? You're not going to find a perfect person. And you're not ever going to be a perfect person. It's not about being perfect. You're going to make mistakes. You're going to say the wrong things sometimes. You're going to do the wrong things sometimes. But are you noticing that? Are you noticing when you say the wrong things? Are you noticing when you communicate something and it's hurting your partner? Are you noticing how your actions are affecting your partner, your relationship, yourself? Are you cultivating an awareness about who you are and how that affects your life, how that affects how you show up in friendships, in relationships, in romantic love? Are you cultivating that awareness? And great, you've got the awareness. We're not done yet. Wait, there's more. Are you then taking that awareness and applying it practically to your life? Are you saying, I know this thing is bad for me. I know that this is hurting my partner. I know that I have this pattern of behavior. What can I do now? You can have all the awareness and still do nothing. You can have the awareness and not make a change. Because who am I to change? Why do I have to change? They should love me as I am. I'm not perfect. I don't have all the answers, and I'm not okay all the time. I mean, first 5 minutes of this episode, I'm on the verge of breaking down. Like, I don't know it all. My dad used to say that to me all the time. Oh, you know everything. Oh, you know everything. No, I don't. I don't know everything. And I'm not going to navigate things perfectly. And I'm going to fuck up. I'm going to make mistakes. I'm going to say and do the wrong thing. But I'm going to change. And I'm going to adapt. I'm going to meet the things and the relationships in my life in the best ways that I can. And if I can't quite meet it there yet, I'm going to work toward it. Why the hell wouldn't you? If you believe in yourself and you believe in something, and you believe in someone else, and you believe in what you're creating together, why would you not? Why would you not? And if you don't have an answer for that, figure that out. Figure out why. Why do I keep avoiding this? Why am I reluctant to change this thing? What in here needs more from me? What needs more love? What needs more compassion? What needs more understand? What more do I need to understand about myself to figure out what's stopping me? What's stopping me from changing and growing? What beliefs am I holding on to? What do I believe about myself? What stories am I holding on to? What narratives are running in my mind that are creating how I think and how I feel? And then why am I so quick to react to that? Why am I so reactive and impulsive? And why do I keep turning to this or turning to that? Why do I keep causing damage? What's damaged? What's hurting? What's going on? Let me figure that out. Let me understand myself better so then I can help someone else understand me. So we can meet in a similar space of understanding ourselves and learning to understand each other. And I'll tell you what, none of this is easy. None of this is easy. But I've been learning about love for a long time. I fell in love. Oh, I fell in love early. And I have loved. I'm a big fan. But I've also been realistic. I've been realistic. Especially after those first major heartbreaks. I was like, all right. Okay. We got to figure some things out. And it's taken me a long time to learn all of this. And it's taken me a lot of hurtful experiences. It's not just been about romantic love. I mean, having to let go of my parents because they were addicts, having to walk away from them was one of the hardest things I've had to do in my life. Seeing that they're going to make those choices and it doesn't matter how hurtful it is. They're going to do what they're going to do. They're adults. They make their own choices, how they choose to live their life. That's on them. And there's nothing I can do about that. But let it go. And like I was saying earlier, I'm so sick and tired of having to let shit go. I'm so sick and tired of having to be okay. Of having to be strong. And don't get me wrong, I'm grateful and I'm proud. I'm proud of myself for creating this stability. I don't get super overwhelmed anymore, and I don't react impulsively. I don't self-destruct. I don't explode and hurt other people anymore. Do I still have things to learn? Yes. Always will. But it would just be nice for everything else, for other things to just go all right, to just be okay. It'd be nice if things would just be okay, so I don't always have to be okay. It'd be nice to be able to... It would be nice if things were just okay. I didn't have to sacrifice, I didn't have to let go because of other people's choices. And I have my parts to play. I do. I mean, a relationship is comprised of two people, so I have my parts to play. I know that I still struggle to open up and trust people with what I'm thinking and what I'm feeling. I struggle to be transparent and honest sometimes. I mean, not necessarily like I'm lying, but I just struggle to bring myself fully into a situation and express myself. I think that's why I put a big pause on this podcast, is because it's scary. Vulnerability is really scary. Especially after you've been through certain experiences that you've been vulnerable in. And that someone has used against you. Someone has used your vulnerability against you. To be able to still trust that you can express and be open and be honest and vulnerable, even after you've been hurt for being those things, that's not easy to do. And it's not something I can force. I can't force myself to be comfortable or safe with someone. It has to be created by both people. But I've been working for a long time to create that stability and that safety for myself. And it is very valuable to me. And I won't ever let go of that. And no matter how much I love someone or care about them, if it threatens my sense of peace, safety, or stability, it ain't gonna work. I can't. I can't disrespect myself in those ways. I can't go back on everything that I've built for myself. No one can take that away from me. I won't allow it. But damn, would it be nice to just be able to share that. To be able to share that peace and stability and safety with someone else. And to know, hey, they want to protect it too. Not just for me, but for themselves. They want to protect their own stability and safety and peace. That's the kind of life that I want to build realistically with someone. That's the kind of relationship that I realistically want to build. Something stable, safe, peaceful. And all of those things need to be consistent. And both of us have to show up to maintain that consistently every single day. It is hard. It is very hard. And you'll have to learn and do things differently and figure yourself out and figure the other person out and understand yourself, understand the other person, and work to preserve the relationship. And that doesn't sound very romantic. But whatever, I just want a damn peaceful life. I just want a damn peaceful life. And I would just like to be able to share that with somebody. At some point. At some point, that'd be great. That'd be great. I know. I'm also learning how to be patient. But I'm here and I'm back. We back, baby. We back. And I love that after I record an episode, it's so therapeutic for me. I was feeling really, really bad when I first sat down, as y'all saw. Almost had a mincy pee. God, you know how long it's been since I've done like my little voices and stuff? That's how I know I'm not okay, is when I stop being silly. I just recently, within the past few days, started making my little noises and doing my little accents again. Yeah, for a good week there, I was like, I don't feel like myself. But, yeah, okay. I don't know. I feel like crying, laughing, being silly and stupid. But I'm not okay. And you know what? That's all right. That's all right. That's all right. I'll figure it out. And I'll see you in the next episode of The Bedside Table. Thank you for being here. See you later. Take me back to the moments where we laughed.